Hey, what's good? I'm doing a interesting video for you guys. So this is going to be the history of horses, kinda. There's two cards I'm missing. I was trying to look for one of them and I don't know where I put it. So I will mention in this video as well, along with the other card that I do not have. So yeah, so Nightmare is basically the first horse that was ever printed back in Alpha. So that's actually really quite cool. I know Nightmare's like a lot of fan favorites for the first, or like for a card to run in mono black. So, and it's, pretty good too. So, but it's a really cool horse card. So, and then I might have the order on these a little mixed up on the first few sets. But I think I had the rest of them kind of worked out. So Thundermare, I forget what set it was originally from, but like the I'm not sure, it's the 1993 to 2005. So I think it was Weatherlight was the first set that it was in, if I remember right. So, but yeah, just another push card. So, and then this is the next one. I forget what set this was. I think it was like Homeland was this one. I could be wrong on that, but this is the next date. Where is it? Yeah, 1995. So I have it in order by date anyway. May not be the correct set order, but I mean, this one I don't think was really used a whole lot because it's 7 for a 4/4 with a kind of okay effect. So, but it's cool looking, that's for sure. Chrome Seed, I think this one got a little bit of play. So there's another. Oh, I guess this one's 1993. So I guess it'll be actually before that one. So, so that's kind of my bad a little bit on that, but still, I think this one saw a little bit of play and kind of in some artifacts and things like that. So, but still a really cool card. And then Temporary, this is Planar Chaos. Another 1993. So I guess I got a few of them out of order, but I was trying to look and it was kind of hard to tell what date that these were. So, but it's basically the same thing as Thundermare, Haste. The only difference is the Echo cost. So, but and then Clockwork Steed. There's another. I think it's Workhorse is the name of it. Is the other card that kind of goes along with the 1995 time frame or somewhere around there. So, but it's kind of a cool card. So, and then Black Carriage, 1995. So this is essentially another horse card. And I had mentioned this, or I think I forgot to mention it in the Assassin's Creed video that I had did. So the other way that we could get more horses is carriages. Is uh, Assassin's Creed Syndicate has that mainly for the theme of how you get around. So, but back to the regular video. So awesome art for this. I don't think it was used very much, just because the effect isn't really all that great, but it looks cool. So, Tarpian, there 1995. Really cool art for this too. So, it's like there's at least 2 horses I see. So, and then we move on to M12, 2012, basically. So from 1995 to 2012, there's other sets that were in between that time, but there may not have been horses that were printed in between that time, which is about 7-year difference. No, that's not right. Yeah. No. No, there was 17-year difference. Yeah, can't do math right now. 17 years. So that's a pretty long time for no horses to be printed in between 1995 and 2012. So Armor Warhorse is just kind of a generic vanilla. So Carnival Hellsteed, this art is really cool. This is Return to Ravnica. I remember this one very, very well, because this was one of my favorite sets. Just for Nim Mizzet. Carnival Hellsteed was really cool too. I forget what else was in the set, but there's some pretty cool stuff that was in there. So, and then we move on to, what year is this? 2006 or 2016. So again, our time frame were 4 years. There hadn't really been printed any horses. I know the course that was probably like came out in 2011 maybe. So but it's just crazy how much of a difference, or how long that there is between these different horse printings, basically. So, because that Preaching Hippocamp was basically Thirst Block, and that was 2016 as well. I had looked up that one. And then this was originally Thirst Block 2. Was the original print for this. So, like I said, it's just crazy. And then Teamwork Charger. Oh, this came out before. Whoops. So there was a yeah, that was this was 2012. Yeah. So there was a 2-year difference in that. I forgot about that. My bad. But I'll show this off again. But still, it's like 2 years in between each of the horses that have been printed. Like, that's pretty crazy. And then this was Shadows over Innistrad, which was 2016. Yeah, that sounds about right. So, but still, like, that's in that same time period. This was Ixalan, which was 2018. And again, another 2-year difference in basically multiple sets that had came out, but no horses. So until 2018, and then we move on to Crest of Summer, which is probably the best horse. And this was 2017. So a year later, this came out, and which was a incredible horse for being made. And then we move on to another 2-year. Well, no. I think it was like 2018 was when the M19 core set came out. So basically a year. Or no, yeah. Because that was 2017. That was. Yeah, because the M19 core set came out like right after that. So yeah, it must have been end of 2017, 2018 time frame was 2019 core set. And this was probably my most favorite set for of the year, because this is where the horse trend started for me. Was this set, and I played just guy horses, and that was so much fun. And then I remember Weimar was like $3-4, and because it was really good in standard because of the hexproof. So that was a really good and fun time for me. And then we move on to, what was this? 2019. So what was the 2018? Okay, so I was right. It was in 2018. Okay. So 2019 Throne of the Eldraine, that's what the set's called, had came out with this for the adventure mechanic, which is really cool. I mean, it makes sense for something like this to be printed. Because there were a pretty decent amount of adventure cards that had, a horse or, something like that printed on it. And so it makes sense that this would be made. And then we move on to 2020. So, like, or about 2-year in between, roughly, about, for no horses being printed, at least not to my knowledge, in between that time frame. I could be wrong on that, but there might have been like a human knight that had like a horse in it or something like that. But I'm just doing the pure horses. If you did the human knights or humans with horses in it, then that would be a whole giant stack of cards. So, but Theros Beyond Death was actually a really cool set too. It never really got to kick off too much because that's when the pandemic and all that was firing up. So, never really got to see too much play, but it's still a really cool set either way. And there was 2 horses that were in that set. And then we go on to Commander Legends, which was 2020. I can't remember Yeah, Commander Legends is after Theros, I believe. If I remember that correctly. So, and this is one of the only horses that was in there. Last duel was in there, but that was a unicorn, so that's kind of different. But this is actually a really cool horse commander as well to use. And then we will move on to 2021. So, I forget what commander deck that this was in. Yeah, I honestly forget what it was in. I think it had to be, oh, I honestly forget which one it was in. But, yeah, this card's actually, or this horse card's really good too, for multiple different reasons, so, as you can obviously see, Soul Bond, and then, opponent casts a spell, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature, so, yeah. And then, we have Cow Time, which is also 2021. Which, this horse is really good too. The Foretell and, you know, all of that was actually really cool as well. So. And then we jump to 2022 with Phyrexia. Which, I never would have thought that they would have made a Phyrexian horse, but this is actually a pretty cool one. For a design and kind of card effect as well, so it can buff itself, and then where you kick it, you create a 1/1 white soldier creature. So, and then the one and sacrifice another creature. That's, you can do as many times as you want. So I think so. That's also pretty good. And then we jump to 2024. Because I don't think that there was... oh, no. Yeah, I was wrong on that. So, about a year after Lord of the Rings had came out, and gave us Shadow Effects, Build Pony, and Move Pony. Shadow Effects is probably the second best horse for their horse deck to have, because for obvious reasons, as you guys can see, horses have haste, and then you put a creature with less power from your hand onto a battlefield, tapped and attacking. And if you can buff up Shadow Effects, then you can drop like a Crested Summoner or even a bigger creature that you have in your deck, and it's just really just a good card. And then Build a Pony, it makes food, obviously, and it has food on its back, so that's obvious. And then if you have a extremely high toughness creature, then you can cycle food, and then target creature you control assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power, which is absolutely insane. Especially if you throw this in like a wall deck, where the toughness is like 8, 9. That's a lot of damage. So that can be really quite good depending on the situation. And then Motivate Pony, also just another really good card, good horse card. So, and that was in the Commander deck. I think it was in the food one, if I remember right. yeah, that makes sense. And then we have Doctor Who, and that year, and that gave us. Let me scoot these up a little bit. And that gave us the horse token from this scene right here. They're growing the fireplace, and it gives Doctor's horsemanship. So, which is really quite cool and pretty good. So, and then that catches us up to current, which was last that was like Thunder Junction, Outlaws of Thunder Junction. So, sneak horse mount, and then a horse mount. So, both these are really quite good too. So, but yeah. So that's essentially it for the video. Thank you guys for watching. The Zodiac horse is one that we 3-4 kingdoms. And the workhorse would probably be probably in this time frame in between these sets. So kind of that same era. So, but yeah. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Alright, like this.